Hey guys, so we are going to go over political machines, corruption, and progressive reforms for your U.S. History EOC. So I am going to look at some release testing items from the state on the Louisiana Beliefs website. Any of you can go onto this website and see this for any state test, whether you have to take biology, U.S. history, English, even in 6th, 7th, 8th grade. They have all these materials for you to use. Okay. So we are going to look at question 1. With U.S. history, a lot of times it'll say to refer back to a source. So what I did was I put together a little PowerPoint, and I'm going to go back to the source and look at where I can help you see the answers to these questions. So your first question is based on source 1, which means you need to go back and look at source 1. Based on source 1, which statement best describes the relationship between political machines and local communities in the late 19th century? So then, this is what source 1 will look like. To keep the video short and sweet, I'm just going to go over directly to where the information in the source is, or where you can clearly see the answer in the source. So I'm going to flip to the next slide. And right here it says, what tells in holding your grip on your district is to go right down among poor families and help them in the different ways they need help. I've got a regular system for this. If there's a fire in the 9th, 10th, or 11th Avenue, for example, any hour of the day or night, I'm usually there with some of my election district captains as soon as the fire engines. If a family is burned out, I don't ask whether they are Republican or a Democrat, and I don't refer to them to the charity organization which would investigate their case in a month or two and decide if they are worthy for help. Instead, it says I just get quarters for them, buy clothes for them. So quarters, guys, anytime you can see in this text, anytime there is a term with a number next to it, they'll have a definition at the bottom of the text for you. So if you go down here, here's quarters, and it explains or gives the definition that it is lodgings, meaning he gets housing for these people. A lot of times in text from many years ago, they'll talk differently, they'll use different vocabulary. So these words that are very important to know the meaning to, they'll normally have a little resource for you there at the bottom of the page, so you can know what they're talking about. So anyway, the guy's just saying that he doesn't wait for someone to take care of these people. He just goes out, he buys them clothes, he puts them in a house, he takes care of them. And what does that get him in return? Loyalty. If someone takes your family and clothes them, feeds them, houses them, of course you're going to feel like, okay, I owe something to this person. Or if they ask you for help, you're going to do what you can to help them after they've helped you. And then in the last paragraph, you can see he says, another thing, I can always get a job for a deserving man. I make it a point to keep on the track of jobs, and it seldom happens that I don't have a few up my sleeve ready for use. I know every big employer in the district and in the whole city for that matter, and they ain't in the habit of saying no to me when I ask them for a job. So basically he's saying he has a lot of power in communities, and because he helps these people, he can do what he wants. So your answer would obviously be political machines provided aid to urban communities in exchange for votes, and political machines used a system of patronage to gain support of voters and their communities. So when you would look at the question, you would answer A and D. Hope this helps.